Several employees of the BVI Ports Authority gathered at the Rotong Ferry Terminal on Wednesday night, where they openly discussed some of their concerns with the Minister for Communication and Works, Mark Vanterpool. There were questions raised about vacation days, insurance for Ports Authority employees, and payment for overtime. Walter Barrett has this report.
The Rotong Ferry Terminal was packed to capacity on Wednesday night as members of the BVI Ports Authority met with Minister Mark Vanterpool to discuss issues affecting the employees as well as to hear from the minister himself as to what courses of action he and his ministry were willing to take to remedy those problems. From the onset of the meeting, which lasted just over a half of an hour, the floor was open for the BVI PA workers to voice their concerns.
I know that in some organizations, when employees contribute to the pension scheme, if they leave the job before they're vested, they have their 10 years. When they leave, if they leave before 10 years, they can, when they're leaving, they'll be able to get the money that they contributed. If that should happen to, say, one of us, say I leave my job here 9 years, and not contributing to the pension scheme now, would I be qualified for any kind of funds at some point in the future?
How my vacation days now gone from stagnant, most of all is stagnant from 18 days until now. So if I get my 24 days for 15 years, I have to put in a perfect score of no sick days, right? And also, you have a sick day where you have 1 day per week, or 1 day per month. So what is the legislature or the constitution on that in that? The government's supposed to be saying like it's 2 days, and the 3rd day you're required to bring a doctor paper. I be in jail again also. Whereas I have to bring a doctor paper after 1 day. So I'm asking you now to please explain to me what's the procedures or what's my rights.
Minister Vanterpool responded to many of the concerns raised, touching on issues of insurance and overtime, assuring the employees that he was a firm believer in paying for overtime and working on public holidays, and he further stated that steps were being put in place to ensure those who were in line for compensation in terms of insurance were going to receive what is owed them. In addition to responding to the workers' concerns, Minister Vanterpool spoke about plans for the territory's ports, stating that a number of groups are in consultation with the Ministry of Communication and Works with the aim to finding the best ways to improve the BVI's points of entry.
Mr. Cross-Cutting-Klein is doing his research, bringing information, talking with the right people, and then addressing them to me as minister, and then I can take them to the caucus, to the cabinet, and then we can have some decisions. We are also looking at the cruise port. In fact, a lot of activities going on there. Mr. Cross-Cutting-Klein is keeping me busy on that one. I think up to tomorrow, Friday morning at 9 o'clock, I have a meeting with a group of people again who are proposing some ideas about the cruise port. That will probably be the 4th proposal we're looking at. I am traveling with the chairman of the tourist board to Miami on Wednesday for meetings Wednesday night, all day Thursday. I think I have about 4 meetings scheduled. Thursday evening, I have another meeting scheduled, I think 1 at 4 and 1 at 7, or 5 and 7, on issues of the ports. So we will be doing a lot of that work. We are meeting with a number of cruise ship operators on that and over those 2 days, we are going to take a little trip over on Friday morning to Nassau in the Bahamas to look at some of their ports there, but not only ports, but we're going to also look at some infrastructural situations there, roads and so on, that we want to see how they do their thing. Nothing is wrong with doing a little copying sometimes. And then we are going to be back here. So we are working at that. And then you will know that the normal big sea trade meeting that happens in March 12th, I think, to 15th. A delegation from here, and a very high-level delegation led by myself, will be going to Seatrade with your ports group, with the tourist board, and with my ministry staff to be there when all of the cruise people will come from everywhere, and we will be there battling to make sure that we can get some business for the ports in the Virgin Islands.
During the meeting, Minister Vanterpool acknowledged the work of his acting permanent secretary, Arlene Smith-Thompson, and said that he is working toward making his acting permanent secretary permanent. Honorable Vanterpool made it clear that despite his agendas, he is always accessible to the public and will ensure that he continues to meet with them on a timely basis to share in their concerns. This is Walter Barrett for JTV News.